Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is going to be my spring favorites video. I love doing my seasonal favorites videos. If you've been here for a while, you already know. Every time there's a new season change, I just like to create kind of a little collection of things that I'm inspired by, the vibes that I'm into for the season, and just some things that I know I want to use again. Obviously, just because we're entering a new season does not mean you can only use certain colors. I will certainly continue to rock autumnal colors. I will rock a black smoky eye, a black lip, anything that is not traditional spring, you name it. These are just some things that spring specific I'm inspired by, the kind of vibes that I'm gravitating towards, and I'm excited to talk about them. Before we get into these spring favorites though, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And let me just give you my accessory details. These earrings are from Undoubtedly Mad on Etsy. My plugs are from Love Kills Boutique. And this is the Alley ponytail in dark brown from insert name here. You can use my code BATTYBEAN for 10% off. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about my spring favorites. I do want to also add that basically my dewy makeup favorites video that I did very recently kind of coincides with this video really well. So I'm not really going to be talking about a whole lot of complexion products. I still have a few highlighters and blushes to talk about, but I have a lot more complexion things in that video. So if you want a more extended complexion-y kind of video on things that I'm really going to be using a lot this spring, go check out my dewy favorites. I loved doing that video. But yeah, anyways, let's just get into it. We're just going to go in the order that I do my makeup, starting with blush, because again, complexion stuff is in my dewy favorites video. And I was going to talk... Wow, Kanade, that was dramatic. So yeah, we're just going to get into blush because like I said, my complexion stuff is in my dewy favorites video and I didn't want to be too redundant and too repetitive because it was looking that way, so I changed it up a bit. I have two creams and two powders to talk about. The first cream is my Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Hope. Something about this blush just really gets me going. It's one of the dewy blushes. I might have actually talked about this in my dewy favorites video, but you know what, whatever. I just love this kind of a color. I feel like for blush vibes right now, I'm just really into soft pinks, soft corals, a little bit of cool tone mixed in here as well. I just want these soft pinky vibes with a little bit of coral. I didn't realize I grabbed two Rare Beauty things for my cream blushes, but I also have the Nearly Apricot one, just to kind of, again, play on this kind of corally vibe. I love the melting blushes. The soft pinch liquid blushes are also amazing, but the melting blushes are my favorite ones from Rare Beauty. Melting blush is the best name for it. They truly melt into the skin so beautifully and so flawlessly. I'm obsessed with them. And for powders, the one that I'm wearing right now, this is my BPerfect Scorched Blush in the shade Melt. I love this. I really want some more shades in this formula because it is just beautiful. It's like a baked, glowy goodness. It's just so radiant and has such a beautiful glow of pigmentation on the skin, and I just absolutely adore it. And this color is just so spring for me right now, so I knew this one was gonna make the cut. And last blush, just to sprinkle in that cool toned action that I mentioned before, is my Kaldieos blush in the shade Dream Walk. I usually am not into cool toned pinks like this, but lately, really the last month or so, I've really been into it, and this blush in particular is so cute. And I just think this range of blushes that I have picked is gonna complement what I choose for like my eyeshadow and stuff like that so nicely. It's just so cute, so youthful. It has that touch of brightness, but it's still a little bit muted. I love it. It is adorable. Getting into highlights, I have three to talk about. One is a repeat from my dewy favorites video, but I just had to talk about it again. It's the one I'm wearing right now. It's my BPerfect Get Wet highlight in the shade Skin Sheen. This is absolutely beautiful, and a huge thank you to those of you who have DM'd me swatch comparisons of the other Get Wet highlights, because I was unsure which ones I wanted to try out, and it turns out I really want Do You and Holidays, because they seem like they would suit my ghostly skin nicely. I was worried they'd be too dark, but they seem like they'll be perfect, so I might pick those up at some point. But I just love this one. It has kind of a sea foamy, minty kind of flash to it. It is so wet and sparkly, but so smooth. It has a little bit of a putty texture, and it is just absolutely amazing. Even though it's a little puttyish, I personally just use it like every other like powder highlight. I just put it on at the end of my face routine, and I am obsessed. Next is another kind of squishy highlight. It's from Colourpop. It's in the shade Candy Floss. Hopefully this is available. I know Colourpop things come and go rather quickly. But this is just a beautiful icy pink. It is so cute. It also has a level of sparkle to it, and it's just so shiny and so icy. And I picture this specifically with that Cool Tone Pink Kaldieos blush. I think that would be a match made in heaven. I just want all the sparkly, shiny things. And last highlight is my Gain Beauty Elemental highlight in the shade Dendro. So pretty. This has such a beautiful green shift to it. Kind of more like a minty green, not like a dark green or anything. Really all 5 of the Elemental highlights I think I'm gonna be using a lot. But this green one just steals my heart. It's so pretty. It just has such a gorgeous little minty shift to it. And it's gonna go so well with all the palettes I'm gonna talk about. It is so stinking cute. But again, all 5 of them are a winner for me right now, but the green one in particular, I'm definitely gravitating towards. Okay, getting into eyeshadow palettes, my favorite part. I've narrowed it down to 10 that I think would make really good picks this season. My vibe is definitely like garden feels. Everything from bright garden to grungy garden. I just want earthy tones. I want pops of color. That's what I'm feeling right now, and I'm so excited about it. So with these 10 palettes, I've already created usually multiple looks with all of these. I'm pretty sure I've done multiple looks at this point with every single one. So you can always search my channel for inspiration. You can search on my Instagram and TikTok because I've done some videos over there. And I do like intend on using these all again, maybe not necessarily in a video, sometimes just for myself because I'm allowed to do my makeup for just myself as well. But I do potentially plan on doing like little Instagram videos or maybe featuring these in Get Ready With Me. So you might see these again. Otherwise, you can go search for inspiration. Some of these are recent as well, so I've already done things like very recently. Okay, let's get into it. Enough babbling. Let's just start with Colourpop, get those out of the way. This one I just filmed a tutorial on. I think it's going up either the day before or day after this video. Let me check my schedule for you. My video with this will be on my Instagram day before this video goes up. So it is the Colourpop Statement Piece palette. I really, really like this one. I got it last like springtime, I think. This one actually really impressed me. I love how vibrant the shades are. The shimmers are really pretty. I love these vibrant pops of like corally orange. It is so cute. And this was an easy pick for me. I think this is just gonna add really nice pops of color and complement everything else I had to talk about really well. Everything else is a little bit of like 9-pan or larger palette. So I thought this cute little teeny tiny addition would be fun. Next Colourpop one is one that I recently fell in love with. I'm so in love with it. It is the In the Limelight palette. It is gorgeous. I have had so much fun with this. I think it's just the perfect combination of bright, but also muted. It's just such a cute color story. I love the shimmers. The mattes have such a nice gradient to them. I think this is so fun. And I was just so impressed with, again, just how bright but muted the shades are. It's just so cute, and I think this is so much fun. I'm really into green specifically right now. I know green is a really trendy color, but I'm just all about it. Last Colourpop palette is my All Amethyst palette. I adore this, and I'm just super into the purples as well. I know this palette got hit or miss reviews. I personally love mine. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't like it, if I'm being honest with you, because I think it's really cute. Obviously, we all have our own preferences, but I personally have really been enjoying this. I think the mattes blend beautifully. I like the range of mattes. I feel like they did a good job with this one where it is kind of like a monochromatic purple palette, but it's not totally monochromatic. It's not totally flat. We have the different, like the brownish taupey shade, the pinks, the different shades of purple. The shimmers are so pretty in here. I've had so much fun creating looks with this. I've done a lot of videos with this actually, quite a few Instagram videos. This has been fun. I'm happy to add it to my spring curated collection. Next up is the one I'm wearing right now, and I'm thrilled with this one. If anything, I feel like this one is one of the ones that encapsulates my vibes right now the most, honestly. It is my Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. Just look how delicious. It is so pretty. Again, I just filmed this look today for Instagram, and I did already do a video on my channel. I'm obsessed with this. It is so pretty. I love the different shimmers in here. They are so like chunky, metallic, sparkly, and it is amazing. The mattes blend like a dream. I've been having a blast with this. They absolutely knocked it out of the park. This is the brand's first palette, and they are heavily on my radar now. I cannot wait to see what else they produce in the future because they so far have knocked it out of the park. I'm very impressed. Next up, I think this will be a lot of people's favorites for the spring. This is my Hella palette from Oden's Eye and Angelica. It is just beautiful. Again, the greens. It's the greens for me. I love the greens with the combination of the pinky purpliness. The shimmers are breathtaking. I love the swampy goodness. It's just such a bright, springy, fun palette, and it makes me so happy. What a beautiful color story. I'm so excited about this. Next up is one I haven't played with in a hot minute. It is my Give Me Glow Vintage Rose. This one, again, it really truly captures all of what I want right now. This is up there with the Druid palette for me as far as like what I'm super into. It's the greens with the pinks and like the dusty tones. It's leaning a little more on the grungy side rather than the bright side, and I just live for it. Give Me Glow's formula is one of my favorites. I love how just buttery pigmented the mattes are, and the shimmers are so wet metallic. They are amazing, so breathtaking. I'm so excited to play with this again soon. Next up, keeping with the grungy vibes, I have my Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. Just look at her. So pretty. I am obsessed with this. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. We have just the different earthy jewel tones. The shimmers are so pretty in here. And I love how earthy it is. It is gorgeous. I've had such a fun time playing with this one, and I'm really excited to revisit it again. This one isn't too terribly old, but I'm really happy to just kind of bring it to the forefront of my mind again because it's so pretty. The greens with the pops of purple and yellow, it's just all doing good things for me, and it's so exciting. Can't you tell that I love doing these videos? Next up is one I got around this time last year, and I did not give it the full love that it deserved, and I'm really excited to play with it some more. This is my Unearthly Cosmetics, formerly Alien Cosmetics, Bunnies palette. It's just so pretty. I feel like it's such a simple concept, but it's done so well. We have just such rich, bright, true pops of color, and the shimmers are just so wet and metallic and glistening. I adore this one. Again, I just love seeing that bright green with the orange, the yellow, the purple. It's just so stinking cute, and I'm really excited to revisit this one because I did not get around to using this one as much as I hoped when I first got it. I think I used it once, and I want to use it some more because it is stunning. I might have used it twice. I definitely didn't give it the love that it deserved. Next up, 2 more left. Can you believe we are getting through this? My Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. It just had to go in this video. Like, come on. You can't get much more earthy than this one. It is so pretty. I just love this row of like greenery, turquoise, yellowy. It is so good. And then we have the pops of deeper blue and then the pops of warmth at the bottom. I love this. This was my first Beauty Bay purchase last year. Well, from the, yeah, I think this was my full just like Beauty Bay brand, but Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette specifically last year. And I fell in love. The mattes blend so nice and they're so pigmented, and the shimmers are just that kind of chunky, rich, metallic kind of moment. And this is such a love. This made it really high in my ranking all my 2021 palettes video. It's just so good. And finally, last but not least, one of my favorite palettes of this year so far is my Blend Bunny Cosmetics The Dollhouse palette. She absolutely killed it with this. For me, you cannot get much more springtime than this. It is glorious. It's neutrals, but make it exciting. There's the gardeny, grungy tones that I'm craving, and I just love, love, love how she lays her palettes out. I just am obsessed. I love this palette. I took it on my vacation with me in February, and her palettes are just so good. I can't wait to see what else she creates this year. She's already teased on Twitter that she's just so excited to talk about her, like, I think she said summer and fall collections. I could be wrong on the dates, but I'm so excited to see what she does because she's been killing it. I think she's gonna just make such a mark in the beauty community, and I cannot wait to see what else she does. Next up, just a couple more like miscellaneous eye things. I have 2 Super Shock shadows that are really exciting to me right now. We have the shades Rooftop Cocktails and Tankini. I will do a little swatcheroo for you. So Tankini's on the top, Rooftop Cocktails is on the bottom. That vibrant yellow is so good. I used it in a Get Ready With Me recently. And Rooftop Cocktails is just the most beautiful kind of grungy, earthy brown with that strong kind of green flip. I know that typical duochrome is not very revolutionary, but something about it really makes me happy. And again, I think both of these are just gonna flow so nicely with what I've talked about so far. I have 2 water-activated liners. They're from Gavissi Beauty, Spandex and Crop Top. I'm not gonna swatch them because they literally look like what they look like here. They're cake liners. You just swirl a little water in them to activate them, and then they are beautiful. It's just, again, this bright pop of green with this bright yellow. Are you kidding me? These are so cute. I could even see like a really fun like winged two-tone look where like I don't really have any shadow on the lids, but I just do like one big green wing and one big yellow wing. I think that would be so bold and so cute. So those are heavy on the noggin right now. And last like kind of eye product, even though like this is a glitter and you're not supposed to use glitter on the eyes, I have a glitter. This is from Apocalyptic Beauty. It's called Day of the Triffids and it's just so cute. It's little flowers. Are you kidding me? This is adorable. I kind of forget about like my glitters lately. I used to use glitter all the time. Like almost every day I was pulling out a glitter. Now I don't do it as much, but this one is so cute for spring. Just like pop a couple little flowers wherever you see fit. Like it's just too cute. I couldn't not talk about it. Moving on to lips. I actually only have 5 to talk about. I narrowed it down pretty heavily because I realized in curating my lip collection for this video, I was potentially going to talk about just a bunch of sheer sparkly glosses and they were all looking so similar. And I was like, you know what? I wear these always, so I feel like that's not really that particular to this video. If you want to see my full like lip gloss collection, lipstick collection, anything like that to figure out what my favorites are, I did my makeup collection and declutter video at the end of 2021. But today, I'm gonna talk about 5 that I think are just gonna complement the vibes really nicely. Let's see, I have 3 glosses, 3 liquid lipsticks. So we can do the glosses first. I mean, this one's a lip oil from Colourpop. It's in the shade Hot Spark. For some reason, I kind of wrote the lip oils off to be just like, not my favorite. Like they weren't bad. I enjoy them. They just weren't really doing enough for me. But something about this shade is so cute. That little pop of like corally orange, that's adorable. I love it. It's so comfy and shiny. And this is just such a cute little wash of color moment to go with all these palettes. This is like a glossy lip balm from Rare Beauty. It's in the shade Nearly Apricot. I really like these. They're very, very comfortable and very shiny. And they're just such a cute little wash of color again, when I don't really want to wear a whole lot, but I still want a little bit of tint. It's a little bit more than my sheer sparkly glosses that I typically wear, but it's still very subdued, and I really like this kind of just soft pinky coral color. A little more pigmented version of a glossy kind of product is Water Lily Cream Lip Stain from Oden's Eye. These are wonderful, and this color in particular, this like grungy, rosy, warm color, so pretty. These are very pigmented, very opaque, but they're not sticky, they're not slimy feeling, they're not too thick. And I feel like when the shine wears off, it truly does leave a little bit of a stain behind. I love the cream lip stains so much. Getting onto liquid lips, we can talk about what I'm wearing right now. This is Luna from Menagerie. I felt like this kind of went with the shift that's in my wing a little bit nicely. I don't know how well it translates on camera, but in person it complements it really well. And I just thought this kind of dusty purple would look really cute with everything I've talked about. I really like the green-purple combination. I like purples and yellows together. And you know, I just think it works really well. So that's why I chose that. And I have a lip clay from Kaldieos. This is in the shade Wild Apple. I was thinking like if I'm gonna wear a pinky red this season, this is gonna be the one. It's so cute. It literally just looks like flower petals to me and it's so pretty. And honestly, these kind of feel like flower petals. They're very pillowy and cloud-like. They're so comfortable. I've raved about the lip clays so many times and I just love them. They don't feel thick or cakey on the lips in the slightest, and they wear so nicely. They never get cracky and I don't really feel them. They're just amazing. So these are my lip picks. I know it's very simple and very toned down because again, I am just gonna continue wearing like a lot of the things that I typically wear, like neutrals and shiny glosses and stuff like that. But I just felt like these 5 things in particular really went with what I talked about really nicely. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed my spring favorites video. I have a lot of fun curating these and chatting about these products. I will of course have everything linked down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of these. Do you have any of them? Do you want any of them? Are you vibing with these vibes as much as I am too for this season? Are you into a different kind of realm entirely? Obviously, like, I'm into pastels too. I feel like that's a given. That's why I didn't really talk about pastels in this video. I feel like pastels and spring just go hand in hand. But aside from pastels, this is really what I'm into right now. But again, I would love to hear what you're into. List some of your favorite products for spring down below. We can chat. I would love to hear about it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me some spring related emojis. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the BATTYBEAN fam. I am BATTYBEAN on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm posting most days over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.